Hey there guys, welcome back to another exciting battle report brought to you by Gaming Grats. Today we're going to be battling out in the mission battle plan, Towers in the Tundra. So this unique mission, there's a deployment mechanic, so the attackers get to pick which territory is their territory, and the other territory is the defender's territory. Each player chooses one defensible terrain feature or faction terrain feature wholly within their territory to represent a wizard's tower. And then wizard's towers have the arcane scenery rule in addition to any other scenery rules they have. So for this mission, we're going to put a unique kind of wizard's tower in each of our deployments for us to battle over. And then in this mission, you have the unique scoring parameters that only kind of come into effect at the end of the game if you are garrisoning your wizard's tower and if there is no enemies garrisoning the enemy tower. So some unique scoring opportunities at the end, and then again, there's a limited scoring mechanic in this one. There's only the 1 point for controlling one objective and 1 point for controlling both objectives, because there's only the 2 objectives on this battlefield here. Today, battling out in our foresty runic landscape again. Lots of trees, lots of ruins, lots of things to fight around. But again, we're going to be placing 2 unique terrain features here in each of our deployments here to represent our wizard's towers for this battle. So let's take a look at those armies. Hey there guys, Patrick here today bringing out the Gloomspite Gitz and getting to try out my all Troggoth themed army list. So today trying for army subfaction, I'm going to be trying out Glogg's Mega Mob. Maybe might try out the Army of Renown in the future. Grand strategy is going to be protecting the shrine, so making sure no enemy units are wholly within 12 inches of the Loon Shrine at the end of the battlefield and make sure it doesn't get smashed to ruins. Trying for today as always is inspired. Today for leader is going to be taking the mighty TRUGG himself, giving him the extra no stone artifact for us because we don't have any casters today. My general is a Dankold TRUGG boss, and he's taking the command trait Alpha TRUGG and the artifact the Glowy House it. So he can get the ward save that he might lose after he rolls a 1 and fails the ward save. He might lose that ward for the rest of the game, but can still be really strong as long as he gets some usage out of it near the start. Also bringing out the Dankold TRUGG boss alongside him, and he's taking the extra artifact, the Amulet of Destiny, so he's going to have at least have a ward save on our 2 big TRUGG bosses, and then hopefully with TRUGG's sweet unique rules, we can give out his ward save to himself. For Battle Line, bringing out 6 Fellwater Troggoths, and then another unit of 6 Rockgut Troggoths, and then a unit of 3 Troggoths, the Rockgut again. Bringing out the Loon Shrine, and then in our other slot we have a unit of Dankold Troggoths. Going to try running them in a unit of 2 today. I know a lot of people normally run them in individual units. We're going to try and utilize them being in a unit of 2 and just getting the benefits of the command abilities and things like that on both of them if we can, just to see how they can manage to hit combined. And that today fits into a Trogg Heavies battalion and a battle regiment, and that is going to be 1970 for points today. So let's take a look at Jesse's army.
Hey guys, Jesse here, bringing a Disciples of Tzeentch list today to fight the trolls. So for my sub-faction, I've taken House Arcanum so that I can take the Screamers as battle line, and that also gives me some denies, or some auto-denies on some battle rounds. For Grand Strategy, I've taken the Strategy Master of Destiny, so I just have to have 9 in my work pool at the end of the game. And then going over the list, I've got Kyra's Fate Weaver, I've got Lord of Change, who is my general. He's going to have the Demon Spark, so getting an extra 3 summoning points whenever I want. He's taking the Rod of Sorcery and the Staff of Tzeentch just so I can shoot. And then he's also taking the artifact Nine-Eyed Tome, so he can reroll all Unbind rolls, casting rolls, dispel rolls, all that good stuff. Also taking Be'lakor, and then I've also taken a Magister on Disc of Tzeentch with the spell Shield of Fate. I did debate taking Blizzard just to have like a big damage spell, but I think getting the ward save on the pink horse, since it's kind of like my only screen, is probably going to be pretty beneficial. So I'm going to probably try that out for this game. And then for battle line, I've got 1 unit of 10 horrors, 2 units of 3 screamers, and then for endless spells, I've got the Umbral Spell Portal, the Gnashing Jaws, and then Chromatic Cogs. That brings me up to 2,000 points exactly, and let's get into today's battle report.
Alright, here we are after deployment. We have all the mighty Trogoths with TRUGG and the Fellwaters on my right side, the Dankholds and the Trogboss in the middle, backed up by all of our Rock Guts and our other general Trogboss here on the far side. And then we've got our Shrine, and we've got our Wizard Tower we ended up placing here. We just kind of tried to match them here as we'll take a look at Jesse's Wizard Tower, looking down at the Tzeentch forces. We've got Jesse's General and Kairos taking advantage of the Wizard's Tower's arcane extra rule. And then the Horrors here, and then the Flyer, and then coming to the far side, we've got Be'lakor, flanked by the Screamers on each far side, ready to help possibly get some battle tactics and swoop around to deal with whatever's in my tower. With that, Jesse had one last drop, so he has control of priority here. So who's going to be going first, Jesse?
So I think I'm going to take first turn. Pretty far away from you. I'm just going to play an easy first turn, maybe grab one of the objectives, cast a bunch of spells, and then hopefully, even if I do get double, I'll be pretty far from you. So.
Nope, absolutely. Yep. Get those buffs off. All right, with that, we'll get into Tzeentch. Turn 1, hero phase. All right, as we get into Tzeentch, turn 1, hero phase, what's your battle tactic going to be, Jesse?
So we're going for Mass Conjuration, just trying to cast 3 spells with Kairos.
Right.
So let's start off with some Primal Dice, see if that helps. So we get 1.
1.
Just the 1. For Heroic Action, I'm going to just be getting a command point on. Let's go for 1 on Be'lakor. Nope.
Just not. I'm going to go for an Unbind from the Trogboss here, because he's got range to all of Jesse's casters.
Okay. So let's start off with the Magister casting actually here. He's going to be trying to go for the... Ooh, I don't know. We're going to try and Shield of Fate, the pink horrors there. So it goes off on a 9, 10 because of the...
Yeah, the Beacon of Sorcery, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have an Unbind here with Trugg.
So that one
amulet.
is gives the pink horrors a unit or a ward of 5+, and then 4+ they ignore the spells. Not that you have spells.
All right, well, he might as well try. And you had it with a 10?
Yes.
So do I want my primal? Yeah, I'll use my primal. All right, so we will unbind that, so he can unbind again still.
Okay, so that's gone there. That's fine. So let's move on to Fate Weaver, or not Fate, Lord of Change, and he's going to be trying to go for the Spell Portal. So this would change to 3.
And then he's getting
6, 7, 8.
Yeah, 1 from Beacon, and then another +1 from the tower. So going with the Trog boss that has it. Try and stop that. He has a +1 from it, but that is not enough.
Not enough. All right. Get that Spell Portal set up here.
All right, let Jesse set that up real quick. All right, so I got the portal set up between the Lord of Change and Fate Weaver, and I'm popping out here near the center ruins, ready to hit the Fellwaters with some spells.
So we're going to do the Lord of Change's Infernal Gateway spell.
All right.
So we need a 7. I do have rerolls though because he's my general.
Goes off with a 10.
8, 9, 10, yep.
Yep, we'll let that one go off.
Okay, so for this one we're going to roll 9 dice. It's 9 dice, yep. And then any 3 pluses will be immortal.
Cool. So looking for 5 mortals. That'll get us a troll.
Alright. So it's casting
And 1 more damage.
from Lord of Change done. And real quick before I forget, 3+, I get an extra summoning point from my pinks.
Yep.
So they get
Gets it. Awesome.
3. And we'll also pop the Demon Spark, because why not? Throws us to 6.
Perfect.
Just to get us prepared for next turn. And then now we can do some casting with Kairos.
Alright.
Alright, so let's go for a Mystic Shield on the Pink Horrors.
Got it.
Ooh, goes off
with
with
a
a 14.
So yeah, we can't stop that.
He's going to charge an Arcane Bolt. With another 14.
Can't stop that.
And then we've got to do 1 spell that might be a little scary. So I think we're going to go for I think Cogs is probably going to be the easiest. Yeah. Okay, so we'll go for Cogs.
Okay.
Which goes off.
Goes off with a 10. So we'll try to stop
And I'll throw my Primal at it.
Yep. So 14. So we cannot stop that.
And we'll just throw it like back behind them there.
Perfect.
Cool thing about new Cogs is everything within 12 inches is -1 to be hit.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. And then Kairos would get an extra cast. I don't really need it, so
Perfect.
That's good there. And then for Be'lakor, he's at a range of pretty much everything, I'm pretty certain.
Yeah, because you've already done Mystic and
Yep,
Arcane.
exactly. So, got the battle tactic, but can't really do much with him. So, gonna have a little bit less summoning points, but I think it's probably worth it.
No problem. All right, with that, we'll get into Tzeentch. Turn 1, movement phase. All right, end of Tzeentch, turn 1, movement phase. The Screamers are moving up, just ready to kind of pounce next turn and help get that battle tactic for Surround and Destroy. The Pink Horror is auto-advancing 6 to help just start tagging the objective and create that nice little blockade there. Fate Weaver staying back, ready to utilize the Mirror and the Cogs still. And the Magistrate flying over, trying to make sure he's still out of harm's way, but ready to fly near the tower when need be. And then Be'lakor and the General shifting over, ready to start moving on the far objective, with Be'lakor towing it so far. And the Screamers actually moving back just ever so slightly, and Jesse measuring out to make sure that they can advance, even with just the 1-inch advance, and get into the far side and help again with that battle tactic next turn.
Yeah, so just to quickly, just a little bit of insight on some placement of the models. So kind of set up my turn to where next turn I have like 2 or 3 options for battle tactics. I've got one where I can do Surround to Destroy. I've got it set up pretty easy. And then what's cool is there's also one where if he's 18 inches away and he makes a charge, that's a battle tactic as well. So I kind of measured it to be essentially perfect if I do get it into my turn.
If we do end up fighting up in here.
Yeah, so it's a really good throwaway one, especially because like he's not that many points or anything like that. And then you can also use like your Fate dice to basically auto get the charge, right? So lots of options for battle tactics, basically. Was the plan for this turn?
Nope, very good. Like it a lot. But with that, that's going to be it for Tzeentch turn 1. Just again, that's just you just specified, making sure he's set up for possibly for turns 2 and 3, making sure you can get those battle tactics, because they might be a little bit more important. Because as we stated in the intro, there's only the 2 points objective-wise each turn to be scored instead of the usual 3. So battle tactics, again, just being that much more important, just to make sure you're getting them each turn to stay in contention with the points. So with that, Jesse is going to secure 1 objective and both objectives, so getting 2 points, and then 2 points for his battle tactic. So that is going to be 4 points for Tzeentch as we go into Gloomspite, turn 1, hero phase. Alright, so start of the hero phase for Gloomspite, our battle tactic is going to be Moonlight Raid, so contesting an objective, and having all of the units contesting that objective are under the light of the bad moon. I failed to mention at the start, my moon is starting in the far corner here with Jesse's, because realized Jesse didn't have a lot of shooting, so I didn't need it to start in one of my corners and kind of be castled up to get that extra bonus from the save that Trollgoths get from the light of the bad moon. So with that, as long as we can if we make the charge and we get into Be'lakor, we'll be in the light of the bad moon. And then the shrine gives out a 12-inch aura for the light of the bad moon as well. So even if we don't make the charge, we will still get our battle tactic this turn. With that, our heroic action, because we don't need any primal dice because we do not cast in this list currently. Battle tactic, we're going to go for a command point on, I guess, our general over here. He does not get one.
Let's go for one on Be'lakor.
He gets it. And then regeneration is only on the Fell Waters. Oh, and I guess, sorry again, we went to Jesse's scoring. I would have spent a command point to auto-pass morale, because trolls have very low bravery, and I didn't want to risk losing 2 trolls if I rolled a 6.
Yeah.
Because I did lose just the 1 troll even. But with their regen kicks off, nobody else needs to heal any wounds for regen right now. We can roll and see what TRUGG gets, activating his lodestone. So we got the 6, so we're going to give him the 5-up ward. So he'll keep that until our following hero phase. And then with that, that's going to be it for the hero phase. We'll get into Gloomspite, turn 1, movement phase. Alright, so end of the movement phase, all the trolls just marching up. We didn't advance with anybody because we want to try and see if we can get some charges off. Getting into range just ever so slightly with some rock guts, and then we got some vomits over here into the pinks. But first we're going to see if we can throw some rocks into the Lord of Shadows himself. So every 4+ here is just going to be a mortal wound. So that is 3.
That's good.
That was a 4. And then going for some vomits into the pinks here. We got range 3 of these guys. So hitting on 2s and wounding on 3s. So 1 wound at Ren 2.
It should go straight through.
Alright, for D3. It's 3 mortal, or 3 damage.
Okay.
That's 6 up. Stops 1. So they take 2, so they take the vomit effect. So these guys lose any positive modifiers to their save, and they're also -1 to their save until my next hero phase. But those 2 are going to split into some blues, and now Jesse's got even more bodies on the objective, but that's okay. We're hoping to smash through as many as we can and just start getting rid of those horrors. But that's going to be it for our shooting phase, so we're going to start with a whole bunch of charges. So starting with our big dank holds over here, they got to go through the doorway and kind of get around, so they need a bit of distance. They're going to go 7. I think that should be enough just to wrap around here.
Okay.
So those guys will go
That's probably just the lowest you
up
could
and
have
around. Perfect. So I've got the 7, keep that over there. And then we're going to go with the Fell Waters here to make room for a Trug. They're going to go 11, so they're going to have lots of room to just kind of funnel in here and kind of wrap around the tree here a bit. And then we're going to go with Mr. Trug. He's going to go 3. That is a fail. Do we want to use the reroll on Trug? Because if we don't get into Bellacore, we still get the battle tactic. Because everybody over here that is contesting the objective is under the light of the bad moon. So yeah, let's try again on Trug. 7, we're going to have to see if he can make that. It's going to be close.
Yeah, I think he's going to just
Yeah,
be
he needed...
Just because I think he needed an
8, possibly a 9 there,
Yeah.
if we really get down to it. So that's going to be a fail for Mr. Trug. And then going with the big unit of Rock Guts, these guys need a 9. That's going to be a fail. And then we're going to try on the unit of 3. These guys need a 10. Oh,
close.
Just out. And then since the first unit didn't get through, there's not going to be enough room for the general to charge around. So those guys are just going to stay put, and that's going to be fine. So we will move all of these guys here and show you where everybody ends up. Alright guys, so here's where the Fellwaters ended up, and then the Trogoths were a little bit back, but I've also done their pile in because I'm going to be going with these guys first. And I'm going to be giving them the all-out attack special command that they get from a Trog boss, so it gives them the +1 to hit and an extra attack as well. So these guys are going to be smashing into some horrors here. And Jesse, double check real quick. Apologies, I remembered we doesn't have the 6-up ward on the pink horrors, and because that's why he was trying to give them the ward spell that I was able to deny in his hero phase. So he took away that extra horror that he saved for there, so apologies for that, guys.
And what's the rend on all the weapons here?
So the rend on the dank holds is rend 2
Cool.
and rend 1 on the spike clubs.
Okay, I think I will use all defense. So I do have a...
Remember, you have the vomit.
Right,
So you're already even another
so
-1.
So that would even
so
cancel
technically,
out my... So that would cancel out my musician too then, right? Because musician is just +1 to save.
yes.
Yeah.
So because you can't receive any positive modifiers.
Cool.
And then so technically the dank holds then are technically rend 3 from the extra, and they would then be, I guess, rend 2. So yeah,
but even like I can't even get positives, right? So
exactly, to help negate some of the rend. So since these guys are getting +1 to hit, the 2 dank holds, they're going to be hitting on 2s. And that's
they are -1 to hit though.
Okay, so they're going to stay at 3s. A few 1s here.
No 2s anyways.
And wounding on 2s. So that is 6 straight through that are D3 plus 3. The big swings. So that is 6, 12, 17, 22, 24, 30 damage.
Okay.
So we will remove those horrors, because then they're going to get their chance to punch back into the fell waters. Alright, so after removing all the horrors, we are down to the brims, and then at the end of the swing there, we're just going to go for their crushing grip. So just on 2+, they'll remove a brim there. So there's going to be 2 more brims just picked up and squished.
Shoot them from that side.
Perfect. Yeah, they'd be ones I'd have to choose within an inch, but since they're all the same, it doesn't matter. And then Jesse's just going to be piling these guys in to where they're closest to you, and we'll see how many attacks these brims can get off. Alright, so brims punching back. I've got most of them going into the fell waters, and then a few are going to be going into the dank holds. So going into the fell waters first.
I think we'll use all at attack. Why not?
Got it.
So 3s. Hey, they're
no misses.
pink horrors. What are you guys doing? The brims. That's 4s. There we go. We lost some there. Not too bad though.
Still not too shabby.
No rand on those though. Looks like 6, 9.
So we'll be on a 4+. 5. Fell waters. So we're stopping 4, so that is 5. So that is going to kill 1.
Good job, brims. And then
And 1 damage onto another.
and those are, and then all the ones into the
Dank holds there? Yep.
So again, 3s.
Get my nastiness out of there.
And then 4s. Dang, the brims are putting in the extra overtime today.
6. Alright, on 4s. Woo. So that is
Brims.
4 damage into one of the dank holds there.
Problem is you're going to start regenerating.
Yes, but it is after they fight, so they've missed their regen from
cool,
combat,
okay.
but this one will heal.
Alright.
Alright, so that is the brims. Now we'll pile in with the fell waters and see if we can finish them off. Alright, so piled in with the fell waters, and I'm going to punch into these guys here. I'm going to can't give them all out attack because we consider the same for the destruction there.
-1 to hit.
Alright, so we're hitting on 4s here. Ooh, not good at all. We got 5 hits on 16 dice.
Rough.
Ouch. But
See if they can get through.
the dank holds hit pretty good, so it's okay. Ooh, and on 3s, so just 2.
Okay.
That'll go straight through for 4 damage
Okay.
total.
4 more brims.
And then they heal immediately after fighting, so they would heal D3, getting that 1 wound healed back on buddy.
Perfect.
Alright, that's going to be it for Gloomspite turn 1.
So we'll use inspiring on them.
Yep, absolutely. And again, since these guys are only 4 wounds, they only count as 1. And we don't have too many on the objective here anyway, so Jesse is going to hold on to this objective here. But we are going to secure this one here because my general is considered a monster, so he's worth 5 at least, plus all of a bunch of the rock guts here. And they are under the light of the bad moon, so we'll get the 1 point for holding this objective, and 2 points for our battle tactic.
Beauty.
So with that, and finally we're going to spend a CP again as well to make sure my fell waters don't flee just yet, because we did lose 1 again to those nasty brims. With that, we're going to see that ever important priority roll 3.
Your choice.
I think we will take it.
Okay.
So with that, we will get into Gloomspite turn 2 hero phase. Alright, so turn 2 hero phase for Gloomspite. We're going to start and see if the moon is going to move from that corner to the center of the battlefield.
Yep.
It does, so it is the center of the battlefield, so the entire battlefield is under the light of the bad moon. So our battle tactic is going to be follow the moon. So we have to have everybody under the light of the bad moon and have more objectives than my opponent. So as long as we make sure we secure this objective in my turn, we'll get that battle tactic, which I think we should be able to finish off those brims.
Let's do some primal for my turn.
Yes, it does matter to possibly help Jesse.
Yep.
So there is one in the pool for his hero phase. Heroic action, we're going to go for a command point on my general here. He does get it.
Try to get a command point on Bellicor.
Got it.
Yep.
He gets it as well.
And then we're also going to be using Bellicor's special ability on the big unit is 9 or 6 there?
6, yep.
Okay. So 3+ for the hero phase, not that it really matters. Yep.
Yep, so they could not heal this phase if they needed to. But for other heals, these guys can heal D3 at the start of the hero phase, so they're going to get 3 back and just have the 1 damage on them. And then we're going to see what ability TRUGG's going to activate from hitting his head. So we don't have the 6 for the ward save, which means I got to double check what we can do for him. So we got, what do we get here? A 5 and a 4. The 1 we definitely don't want. That hurts him. And a 2. We'll take the 2. So he's going to add 1 attack to each of his melee weapons. So pretty awesome for him, as long as we can get him into combat here. And again, that'll last until the start of my next hero phase. So with that, that's going to be it for the hero phase. You're not going to dispel or anything?
No, I'll leave it up.
Okay. All right, so we'll get into Gloomspite, turn 2 movement phase, and quickly see if those trolls...
They can move.
They can move. All right, so let's see where everybody gets to move. All right, so end of the movement phase, moving Trugg up. Might be able to see if he can charge all the way around or something, but he's not making a long bomb charge into the screamers or anything this turn. Got my boss kind of wedged under the door there. He can make a super long charge into Fate Weaver possibly. Everybody here moving over because these guys didn't get affected by their curse, as you guys saw in the movement phase. Bellicor, though, getting a cheeky 5-inch redeploy, so he's a lot farther back. But at least we were able to move these guys, so if they can't successfully charge due to the curse, my boss still has a chance here to try and go take a swing at Mr. Bellicor. But with that, we're going to see if they can throw their rocks.
No rocks.
No rocks for them. They are cursed. The unit of 3, though, will throw their rocks and do 1 mortal wound into Mr. Bellicor. And then the Fell Waters are all going to vomit point blank into some brims. They're all going to hit. Oh, they're -1.
They are -1, yeah.
Okay, so 2 of those were 2s. And 2 wounds at Ren 2.
Straight through.
So D3 each. So just 3 damage. And then again, they have the vomit rule, so they are -1 save, and they do not have any positive modifiers. Alright, that is going to be it for the shooting phase. We're going to try now for some charges.
Let's see if they can charge.
Can they charge?
They can charge.
They can charge. Alright, let's start with them. Look for that 8. They get a 6. That is not enough. Do I want to risk the reroll on them
And
when they might not be able to fight? I don't think so. Alright, we're going to go for our unit of 3. These guys need a 7.
Yep.
That's a 10. So they're going to get tucked in just around to here. Still going to be lots of room for my boss.
Oh yeah, they're like back here.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to tag. Oh, we might as well, because then he has to fall back at least. But maybe not tag the Lord of Change, because it's probably just extra attacks. And then the boss, can he get in there? He needs the 8. That's not going to be it. Do we want to reroll? Yeah, we might as well use the reroll here. That is not enough for our boss, so that was his free CP. And then the super long bomb from the other Trugg boss. He's going 8,
Saw the 5,
which is not enough. And then, yeah, there's not enough room because of the mirror and everything. Trugg can't get into these brims, but I don't think he's necessary for these guys here. So we're going to move the unit of 3 here, and then we'll get into combat phase. Alright, so Rock Guts piling in here. We've got Reach with their clubs here. Going to give them the Order of Destruction from our Trugg boss here, so they get +1 to hit, and they get the +1 attack.
I will try to stomp you though.
Oh yes, sorry, I forgot. Monstrous action
No,
does
stop.
not go off, thankfully. And then so with the +1 to hit, these guys are going to be hitting on 2s, wounding on 3s.
One miss.
That is 6. Rend doesn't matter to Mr. Lord of Shadows.
4 ups.
So he fails
2.
2, so he'll take 6 damage.
Yep.
And pile in with brims.
Yeah.
Pretty much just about everyone going into the fells except for the one.
I think these 2 will go into there. That's
Yep.
6 there.
Alright. The big swing.
4s and 4s.
Oh, and these ones are
Minus
-1
one,
to hit.
so 5's
Got
cut.
for the stench last time.
Right. Yep. Still pretty good. 4s.
For 3.
3.
So we got +1 save, because we're under the light of the bad moon, so we're on 3s. We're good.
And then into the bigger trolls there.
Ooh.
Nice. And then
3.
3.
3s again. And we'll fail 1. So ready to go up to another damage on one of these guys. And then we're going to go with the big trolls. So we'll pile in them here real quick. Alright, so big swing going into the brim. See if I can finish him off. Hitting on 3s. And wounding on 2s. So it'll be 3 at rend
Straight through.
straight through. So D3 plus 3.
Okay.
So yeah, that is 12, 17, more than enough to finish those guys off. And then they're going to heal D3 because of Glog's Mega Mob and get that 1 wound back. Alright.
Got Bellicor.
Time for Bellicor to see if he can rip up some rock guts.
Alright, so got the Blade of Shadows. He's taking quite a bit of damage. He's got 6 attacks. We will use All Out Attack on him.
Okay.
So 2s. And then 3s.
Ooh,
1 minus 2.
So we're going to a 3 up, so 5 up.
2 damage.
And then 5 up ward. So take 1 damage so far.
Falclaw to 2s. 3s. Minus 1.
So 4 up. It's good.
And then the Spearing Tail hits. Wounds. Minus 3.
So 6 up.
2 damage.
Alright, and 5 up. Nope, takes those. So 3 damage total. So almost got one of the rock guts. At the back there. So not too bad there. Excuse me. So thankfully finishing off the brims here, we were able to secure our objective. We didn't lose any trolls, so we don't have to do any inspiring presence. And then, so with that, that's going to be it for Gloomspite turn 2. So we have securing the far objective here, and both objectives for the 2 points, and then another 2 points for our battle tactic. So it'll be 4 points, 7 in total for Gloomspite as we get into Tzeentch turn 2 hero phase. Alright, so turn 2 hero phase for Tzeentch. What's your battle tactic going to be, Jesse?
So we're going to be popping the Surround and Destroy right about now.
Perfect.
Basically, really easy to get. Kind of gives you more options if you want to bring these guys back. Kind of bad for you, so I think it's time to use that one. So we'll go for that. We'll see if we get any Primal.
Nothing from Jesse. Do we make another one for him?
No.
We do not. So it's just the one previously.
For Heroic, we're going to do Finest Hour on Bellicor.
Okay. We are gonna. What do we want? I think we're just gonna go for a command point on my general. Oh no, wait. We'll go an extra deny from the trap boss in the center, so he has range on all the casters.
Okay.
And then we'll quickly do our troll regen. So D3 for those guys, heal to 1. And then D3 on the rock guts, they get 2 back that they took from Bellicor.
Okay.
Then these guys are back to full. Alright, so time for some casting.
So we're going to start with Shield of Fate from the Magister there onto Kairos.
Got it.
Goes off on a 10. So that gives him the ward save and then ignore spells.
5-up ward on Fate Weaver, eh? Yeah, we'll try with our Nullstone. So we need 11 or 12. Oh, it's so close. I gotta use my Primal. I hope I don't roll up. Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Alright, so
9.
stop that. And he can deny again, but I am out of Primal.
Alright, let's go to Be'lakor then. He's going to cast signature spells, point blank into there.
Okay.
Which
Fails,
I believe. He does have a +1 because of Kairos. I'm just going to see what the casting is on it.
Or from any Lord
Oh,
of
it's
Change,
6,
right?
so it's still not enough. 4
Yeah.
or 5. Dang. Alright, so none of that. He'll try to cast, I guess, Mystic Shield on...
To the General Lord of Change?
Yep. That one
Which
goes
goes
off.
out with a 9. Yeah, we have a deny. We'll try with TRUGG here. Doesn't. So TRUGG's out of denies.
Okay. And then... What's the range on his there? So he's a little bit out of range of all the stuff I like to do. So we're going to go with Kairos first here.
Okay.
He's going to do his signature spell right into these guys.
Okay. So it goes off with a
12,
14.
13. Yeah, 14 I guess, yeah.
Alright, so we can't attempt to deny, but I guess before Jesse rolls, we'll see if they can just shrug it with their magic resistance. On a 4+, they just ignore the effects. Nope, it's going through.
8. 9, come on, big roll, baby.
He is a very strong caster.
There we go.
Is
6 mortal wounds.
Whew. Ouchie. There we go. I guess we want, yeah, this guy's slightly farther ahead the other one, so I'm not gonna.
And then I guess we'll try to go for Bolt the Tzeentch next onto them as well.
Alright.
Goes
Well, doesn't even need to match. So yeah, there, no way to deny that.
4+, see if you ignore it.
Oh, right. Come on, resistance.
No,
Oh.
and I'll take the 6 mortal wounds.
Alright, so that'll kill one of the dank holds. And 2 damage over.
And then we're going to try and cast the Gnashing Jaws. This goes
Gets
off.
it on a 12.
12.
Yep, can't stop that.
There. That was another spell there.
Yeah, we get to move that at the end of hero phase.
So I think he's done all his spells there. So he did his signature one. Oh, so he's got. Oh no, he did do all 3.
Yeah.
So we just have Mr. Lord of Change left. I think we'll go for Treason of Tzeentch on the unit that's in with Be'lakor there.
Okay.
So it goes off on a 13. Do you ignore it on a 4-up as for them or no?
No,
No.
not on for rock cuts.
Okay.
So yeah, that goes off.
Okay, so that one is 6 dice, and then any. Oh, for each model in the unit. Okay, so only 3 dice.
Gotcha.
Looking for 6s though.
Gets
Did you get one?
Oh, that one's pretty caught there.
Yeah. So it'll do a mortal wound, and then also subtract 1 from hit rolls.
Alright, we'll see if they block the mortal wound. Nope, goes through.
Okay. And then we just have Firestorm. So try that on them. I'll reroll it there, but it should go off on a.
Oh, what'd you get there? 5. Yep, so on a 11.
Okay, so 9 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, we do have the one,
Oh,
I
yep,
guess,
sure.
denied. And this is your last. We need a 12 though. Nope, goes off.
So any 6s. It's just D3 mortal wounds. For 2.
2. 5 up. Stops 1. Takes another 1.
That. And then I think that's all the casting I have. So we'll just move the jaws there.
Let's see where Jaws goes.
Ooh.
So definitely don't need to re-roll that.
And I think 16, eh?
Oh, that is...
Do we go for Trug or do we go for... I think we'll go for like here, but hit the Fell Waters.
Okay. So that's...
But on
10.
a 2+, it doesn't go out.
Oh, right, on a 1.
Oh.
Whew. So, but that, yeah, that is 10 mortals, so that's 2.5 Fell Waters there.
Nice. Barbie.
Ouchie. Alright, and then so that's it for hero phase. So we'll get into Tzeentch, turn 2, movement phase. Alright, so in the movement phase, the Screamer is flying as far as they can to help with the objective, and then try and become a nuisance to maybe draw back a unit of mine. Be'lakor is staying locked in, the Lord of Change General just moving back ever so slightly, so he still has optimal range, but he's a little more out of threat range. And then Mr. Fate Weaver pull back just a little bit, and then summoning in some blue horrors to help screen him back there and help protect him. And then the other unit of Screamers flying over, again helping tag the objective and get the battle tactic, or sorry, not the objective, get the battle tactic. And then the Magister, again, Jesse trying to queue him up for that long bomb charge to help get with that battle tactic, possibly for a later turn. But with that, we do have a shooting attack from Tzeentch, from the general.
2d6. He's going to be just trying to help out Be'lakor there.
Yep.
For 6 shots. 3s and 3s.
Not bad.
3 minus 1.
-1. Oh, I moved on my dice. It's +1, -1 because I have the bad moon, so stand up 4s. Oh, take all 3.
1 damage each.
5 up ward. Stops 1, so take 2 damage. And that will finish off the wounded.
Nice.
Trog there. And put 1 on another.
So it's tough. Like I kind of wanted to stomp at this point now. I just kill them rather than make them -1 to hit. But yeah. So I think that's it for the shooting.
Yeah, and then no charges because everybody's just kind of
Yeah.
sticking to the edge and making sure they're near the border edges for the battle.
We don't feel
tactic.
like fighting trolls as wizards. But we can go straight into Be'lakor's fighting.
But yeah, you get your monstrous action.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and stomp you still.
Yep. So it goes off for 2. Takes
Hey,
2.
It's 2 damage I didn't have before.
Perfect.
All
And
right.
we will all-out defense these guys.
I've got finest hour. Good. Let's see what I can do. 6 attacks.
And on 3s.
Yeah. 2. So 2. I think
Minus.
they're just -1.
So still at.
It's -2. Sorry.
Okay, so the 4 up. Nope, go through.
2 damage each.
Whoa. Slice quick. Takes 1. Take
1.
2 total. So finishing another and 1 damage. And just 1 sec, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. And back to Be'lakor with the Fell Claw.
3s. Nope.
Nope.
And then Spearing Tail for 2s. Does not wound.
+1 to wound.
Yeah, but it's
It's at 4+ now.
Oh no, he's still at 10. Yeah, so 3+ is. So it does go through.
Okay.
For -3.
Okay, so 5 up. Oh, goes through.
2 damage.
5 up. Takes it both.
Still
He's
alive
got
though.
1 wound left. Yeah. Alright, can he angrily punch? He got 4 wounds left. He could do it.
-1 to hit.
Hits on 4s.
Nah.
They both hit. Wounds on 3s. They both wound.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Sorry about that. One
Ooh,
goes through.
fails 1. Be'lakor's got 1 wound left, just like the Trogoth.
1 to 1.
But we did lose 2, so we are going to have to spend our last CP to auto-pass morale with that rock gut.
Big morale.
Oh, sorry, he also, at the end of fighting,
Does
he
heal.
heals all 3 of that back. And then, yes, so we would auto-pass morale so he can stick around. And that, but we did lose morale because we lost 2 Fellwaters here. And they're Bravery 5. Ooh. So that is 2 over, so that is both
A
of
unit.
those. That's okay. Now we got a unit to try and bring back from the shrine.
That's true.
So, could help us, because there is a battle tactic among that. But that's going to be it for Tzeentch turn 2. Jesse does not have control of either objective here, but he did get his battle tactic, so it will be 2 points. So the score is 7-6 in favor of Gloomspite after 2. Let's see that priority roll.
4.
Win ties, so I think we are going to take it and get into Gloomspite turn 3. Alright, so turn 3 for Gloomspite. We're going to start and see if the Bad Moon continues to move. It does move, so it is in the far corner here now. So for that, our battle tactic is going to be stab them in the dark, so killing somebody not under the light of the Bad Moon. So we're going to be finishing off Be'lakor, hopefully. And then
Primal for me.
Make 1 in the pool so far. And then heroic action, we're going to go for a command point on my general. Does not get it.
Should I get one on let's go Lord of Change.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm going to try and unbind the
Makes sense.
jaws.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
Uh-oh. Hopefully it's not as spicy of a roll. Then we're going to regen Dankhold. So let's put that back. And yeah, the other one is healed there. That is going to be... Oh, I guess, yeah, we have to do Trugs. Hits himself, see what he gets. He can get a 6. I think we're just going to take the 2 again and take an extra attack.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll give him that. And with that, we're going to get into Gloomspite turn 3 movement phase. But first...
See the teeth.
Where do the teeth move?
Oh.
They're going 11.
Ooh. I think we'll go just... I think this guy's the biggest threat right now.
So just bop him, and that's just 5 mortal wounds. Oh, I guess right, he's got the resistance.
Oh, the resistance?
Oh.
Wait, 2+ though, it doesn't even go off.
Oh,
It
oh,
goes
it does
off.
go off. Alright. Now we will get into Gloomspite turn 3 movement phase. Alright, so end of the movement phase, Trugg's moving over, gonna try and make a long bomb charge into some Screamers, but if he fails, that's fine, because he'll then still hold the objective. Dankhold moving up, making sure we stay 9 away from Kairos, because we made sure to do measurement, and we can, if we make the charge into the horrors there, we'll have reach with my TRUGG boss here, so we might be able to take a swing at Mr. Fateweaver, and then still charge in with the Dankhold into the horrors there, but Jesse's got a nice block, right, with the endless spells in the way, and the horrors and the terrain there, so it's just barely can reach in, and we wouldn't be able to reach if we didn't have at least a 2-inch reach. Like with 1-inch weapons, we would not be able to hit at Fateweaver right now. But then everybody here moving up, ready to, hopefully if we can finish off Be'lakor in the shooting phase, we can make charge into the general there. So with that, we're going to see if we can finish him off. Can we do it with the solo rock?
Dodges the solo rock.
Dodges the point blank rock. And then we got 6 here. Only got 5 dice here. There's 2 mortals.
Just enough.
Yeah. All right. So he has been taken care of, Mr. Be'lakor, and that will get us our battle tactic for stabbing in the dark. Because nobody over here is under the light of the Bad Moon. It's moved over to the far corner. It's only really affecting Trugg right now. So with that, we're going to go into the charge phase. So starting with Solo Rocket, he's going 5. I don't think that's enough. Since he backed up, there's a bit more distance. Yeah, he needed like a 7.
Yeah. Then for these guys,
I need a 9.
Yeah, about a 9.
All right, we'll save it for the big squad. All right, let's go with the big unit. Come on. Ugh. Who's more important, Fateweaver or the General? I think maybe the General, because then you'll be less CP in future turns. So, get that out of the way. Come on, big unit.
Same
6
roll.
roll again. Okay, then it's up to my boss. Can he do it? With a 10, that should be more than enough for my General. For some general on general
I think we're going to unleash hell on
action. You got it.
It's going to soften them up a bit. Alright, 2d6 shots.
For 6 shots again.
-1 to hit, so 4s. And 3s. Okay. It's just sparkling.
Right. And then we're going to go for the bomb charge here from the other Trog boss. He needs a 9. That's going to be a fail, so they're not making it. And then the Dankhold trying to make it into the blues. He needs a 7. That's more than enough. So he's going to wrap around and touch into the blues there. And then lastly, Mr. Trugg, can he get a 9? He gets a 10. He's been bored sitting back, so he's absolutely going to come smashing in here. All right, then we'll move the Dankhold here and see where everybody ends up. All right, so after the charge phase, Trugg's in, our Dankhold, and my general Trog boss. So starting with monstrous actions, we're going to stomp the Screamers here. Oh wait, we can't stomp, they have fly, right?
I think you can still stomp them.
All right, we'll stomp.
I'm pretty sure.
Hits. And does 3 mortals. Kills the Screamer. And then we're going to roar your general here, which goes off.
I'm going to roar you.
All right. Roar goes off. Perfect. All right, so no all-out defense or all-out attack from either of us. But we are going to use... Oh, and yeah, so I can't use my special one. Do I then want to risk my triumph now? Yeah, we'll risk it.
Okay.
We have, what, 14 wounds?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll try for it. And we're going to go with the general first. So going into
-1 to hit.
the Lord of Change.
If it matters.
Hitting on force. It matters because it's an all miss. All right, that's it for us.
Boss showing the other trolls how not to do it. So we'll just go with blues.
Punch of blues.
It's only got 4 in there. 4s and 4s. 1 win.
1. Stops it. All right, then we're going to go with Mr. Trugg. I'll grab up his profile here real quick. All right, so going with Trugg. We'll see if we can crush him with his club here. So hitting on 3s. That's 3 hits. And wounding on 3s for 2 at Ren 2.
Straight there.
D6 whoop, for 3 damage. And then the antlers hit on 2s and wound on 2s whoop, for Ren 2.
J2.
And they're D3 plus 3, so.
Yeah.
Ooh, very dead. Alright, that's it for Mr. Trugg. I just would have done with his pile-in slightly this direction.
Makes sense. Let's go with Mr. Lord of Change.
Boss on boss. I hope he does as much damage as I did.
We can hope. Let's see. So he's got the staff. So we're looking at 4 attacks, 3s, and 2s, or 1s, but 2s. 2 at -1.
Okay.
Or sorry, no rend.
Okay, so just 1 goes through.
For 2 damage.
Okay, so he's got 4 up board, so still. So 1 so far, so he's got to do a squiggly test.
And then the beak. 3s, nothing.
Alright, so just the 1. So that's it for punching him.
Yep.
So I got to see if he loses his ward. He's okay. He didn't eat it. Alright, so but he takes the 1 damage. And then we're going to go with our Dankhold in the back there. So hitting on 3s.
-1 to hit.
Oh,
It matters.
Sorry, so 4s. And 2s. So 2 through at Ren 2.
Straight through.
D3 plus 3. So that is 6, 11 damage.
Okay.
So they are all just brims.
They are all
And 1 dead brim.
I'll just grab a 9 brims there.
And then he is going to heal D3 and get 2 wounds back. So he's only got 3 damage on him now.
Nice.
And I think they're still bravery 10, right? The brims?
Yep.
So yeah, they don't need to
Yeah, they
worry
only lost
about passing. And with that, we didn't lose any of our other units. We don't have any morales for Gloomspite. So with that, we can go into scoring. So we have still the one objective, both objectives, and got our battle tactic for Stab 'em in the Dark. So that's another 4 points for Gloomspite, bringing us up to 11. And with that, we'll get into Tzeentch, turn 3, hero phase. Oh, sorry guys, I forgot. End my turn. I get to see if my Fell Waters can come back half strength.
They do.
They will come back, so I'll show where those guys come out, and Jesse's hero phase coming up. Alright, turn 3, hero phase for Tzeentch. What's your battle tactic going to be, Jesse?
So we're going to be trying to kill something with a spell. We got a couple of options here as long as 4-up spell ignore doesn't go crazy.
Hasn't been working for me so far.
Yeah, so we're gonna try that. Let's see if we can add another primal.
Not so far. I do this time again.
And I'm gonna go finest hour on.
Go to change?
Yep.
I will also finest hour.
Okay.
Or do I want to get rid of that Jaws, or hope my Jaws holds? Yeah, we'll just have to. Yeah, we'll go finest hour.
Okay. So let's start with.
Oh, and then also heal my dank hole back there.
Yep.
For 1, so he's got 2 damage on him.
Oh, perfect.
Definitely a candidate for Jesse's battle tactic.
So we're gonna try and cast a Shield of Fate on himself there.
Okay.
Just to get a spell. Does not go off.
All right.
Good. So does he have the spell ignore as well?
Yes.
Yes, and then him as well, right?
Yes, just the big dank holes.
All right.
And dank hole chugs, bosses.
Well, okay. Well, I think we got to deal with him for sure. So we're gonna do Kairos' signature spells point blank into there.
Okay.
Ooh, 6. Do I throw the primal one?
Well, it would be 7 with your +1.
Yeah, it's gonna go off. It's just I don't want it to get denied. Yeah, we'll throw primal.
The only unbind I have is TRUGG.
Oh.
So I don't think he's even in range.
Let's just double check that then. Oh yeah. Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
we'll leave it then.
So yeah, because the only thing he was able to unbind would have been your Magister over here.
So 4+ though, you ignore it.
Okay.
Okay.
So we will ignore that one.
Woo. We'll try to do the Bolt of Tzeentch at him.
Okay.
It goes off with the 6, 7, 8. 4 up.
4 up.
No, we'll
goes
take
through.
the 5 from here.
So just 5 damage. Okay, so he's got 7 on him.
And sorry, before I forget, he gets to add at the start of the round because I didn't have fully 9. So give it 3. Sorry about that,
More
guys.
fate dice.
More so for my battle tactic.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
And then, so he'll take that. So let's do, I guess, Treason of Tzeentch on him next. Yeah. Just goes off on an 8, 9, 10.
Oh, right. Goes off.
Okay, so it's 9 dice.
Looking for 6s.
Yep.
There's 2. For 3, that'll finish him.
Nice.
And the dank hole back there is no more.
So that'll be my battle tactic at least.
Got it.
So now we can go to Fady or Lord of Change over there. Which doesn't have many options. I think we're gonna go Mystic Shield on himself.
Okay.
So that goes off no problem.
Yep.
And then let's just do
The -1 to hit, like the Fate of Tzeentch.
yeah, we'll do it on them though.
Okay.
They've got more models. So it goes off, but you could ignore it.
Nope, they don't have the ignore, right?
6. So take 1 mortal, and they're -1 to hit.
Got it. Let's see if they take. Stop that mortal. Does the -1 to hit still go off if they block the mortal?
I think it just says. When they take a mortal.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's just one of those ones where it says they
Yeah,
have to
no,
suffer
check.
the wound. Oh, right, sorry.
No, it just says in addition.
Stopped it. Okay, so yeah, so there's still -1 to hit.
Okay. And then Jaws moving.
All right, Jaws. Ooh.
Another hottie. I think we're gonna just go to this guy and hope for the best.
Come on, I need to stop this. Yes.
Alright. That would have hurt though.
Yeah, it would have been 9 damage, right? That was a 15, and then
Yeah.
you moved 6. Like, ooh, that would have hurt.
Alright, but I think that is everything for my hero phase.
Alright, so we'll get into Tzeentch, turn 3, movement phase. Alright, so end of the movement phase for Tzeentch. The Magister came flying over and is tagging the objective here. Kairos shifting over to start moving away from all the Troggoths. The Brims keeping the line of defense for him, and then Jesse falling back with his general, not wishing to continue the fight in combat with my Trogg. And then the Screamers came flying over and did 2 mortal wounds to the Fellwaters as they flew over. Now they're in range to come charge in and tie these guys up and maybe finish them off. But that's going to be it for the movement phase. And then since Jesse's general fell back, he can't do any shooting. And then with the charge phase, are the Screamers going in?
Let's go in.
All right, see if they can do it.
Don't really matter what that is, but
good. And we can't unleash hell because these guys aren't elite, and we don't have my general nearly close enough to give out that issue for unleash hell. So let's see what these Screamers can do.
3 attacks each. 3, and then I think they can't even use all attack. I'm like you.
Yeah. We are -1 to hit from the Stench.
So 4s.
Not a single 3 in there. Didn't matter.
And then 2.
2.
No rend, I think. Rend 1.
All right, so they're under the light of the bad moon because of the shrine, so +1, -1, so staying at 4s. So take 1 more damage. So one's got 1 wound remaining, but still all the potential to swing. So let's see if these guys can do it. They're not -1 to hit, right? Because they're not near character.
Characters.
So hitting on 3s. Let's miss. And wounding on 3s. For 3 at -1.
So 6s.
Oh, so 6 damage. On the
Two.
top, 2 Screamers.
One over there.
All right. Maybe. Or they have Bravery 10 as well?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Demon. Makes sense. All right. So with that, that's going to be it for Tzeentch turn 3. So Jesse will get 1 point for holding 1 objective, and then 2 points for his battle tactic, killing my Dankhold with casting. So that's going to be it for Tzeentch after turn 3, bringing them up to 9 points. So it is 11 to 9 after 3 turns in favor of Gloomspite. Let's see that priority roll. Uh-oh.
3, the double.
There's the Tzeentch double. Is it coming?
It's coming.
All right, so with that, we'll get into Tzeentch turn 4 hero phase. All right, so turn 4 hero phase for Tzeentch. What's your battle tactic going to be, Jesse?
So we're going for, I think it's Magical Supremacy. The one, basically cast a spell, don't have anything unbound.
Perfect, yeah.
Super easy for me. For heroic actions, I think we're just going to try and get a command point on Kairos.
Okay.
To Gitz.
That's it. We will go for 1 on my Trogg here. He gets 1.
Unless did you want to try?
Oh, right, yeah. I wanted the unbind.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
Yep.
we want to get rid of that Jaws. We're crazy.
Yep.
No more Jaws.
And then for Primal.
Makes 1 and just 1.
Alright. So let's get into some casting, shall we? Let's go with... Do I just be cheesy and just don't do any damage? We're going to try for... We're going to still go for it. So Treason is each on Big Boy there.
Okay.
Or not, sorry. His signature spell, not Treason.
Yep.
That's what I meant.
So it's going off with an 11.
An 11. I'll throw Primal.
So
16.
16.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we got to try, right? This is... Because I don't think you're going to...
The only thing I could think of is like you might want to save it because then I might not go for any other casts kind of thing.
Very, very true.
But if you do
this
deny
one is just the 3+ is immortal.
Exactly, yeah.
On 9 dice.
Yeah. Best one I have,
yeah.
for sure.
So yeah, we'll let this one go off, and then we'll see if he can just resist.
He does.
And he resists anyways.
Okay.
So you do have your battle tactic because it's not unbound.
And then I think I'm only gonna go for casts because this guy's that's your only deny, right?
Yep.
So yeah, so I think we'll just go for like Mystic Shield on him.
Onto himself.
Yeah.
Which goes off.
And I think we'll just go. Things he might as well keep casting, I guess.
Yeah, he's got one more.
So let's do Treason of Tzeentch into him.
Okay.
Yep, goes off.
Goes off.
Does he ignore it?
He ignores it.
Okay.
Woo! Getting that magical resistance attuned.
Okay. I do have to go for another.
Do you though?
If I want to summon a unit, I do.
Oh right, you're at 9, 8. Oh, you need 2 more.
I need 1 more. I'm at
Okay.
9. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's really worth it because I already have that point. So I think I can hold out. So I guess I'll just wait because it's better to
not
get the
risk
battle tactic.
the battle tactic.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. All right, and then we'll do the quick. I just would heal the 1 wound on my Trug boss here, and then the Fellwaters here. Get the regen. Forgot to roll 4.
Oh, sorry.
So we'll get 2 back, and then we would have done a rally on the rock guts over there. No rock guts back.
I'm okay with this.
All right, so that's going to be it for Tzeentch turn 4 hero phase. We will get into the movement phase. All right, so end of the movement phase for Tzeentch turn 4. The Magister came flying over, forcing Trug will have to make a decision if he wants to move up and contest the objective and then either go for the Lords of Change and Fate Weaver or for the Magister himself. Jesse pulling back with the Screamers to try and make sure that I have to deal with them if I want to get my grand strategy of protecting the Shrine. And then the Horrors moving over, Jesse realizing we had to get into position to garrison next turn, but he realized he'd rather have the speed bump because he doesn't want to risk the 2 points and then lose his other characters and his spell generation because he wants to make sure he's getting his grand strat and stuff as well. So with that, we're going to go to the shooting phase. Who's shooting here?
Let's start with the brims just into the boss.
You got it. Give him
5s. And 4s. So 2.
2, 3 plus. Takes 1.
And then Lord of Change is going to shoot him.
6 up board.
Yep.
He's good.
Lord of Change, shoot him.
For 7 shots.
3s. Ooh, there. 1 miss. And then 3s.
For
4 minus 1.
Back to 4s. And 6. Oh, takes 2.
Go.
On our truck boss here. Alright, that's it for shooting phase.
Yep.
Any charges?
I don't think so.
Come on, Brands. No, yeah, they're not charging. Alright, that's going to be it for Tzeentch turn 4. So Jesse will get his. What was your battle tactic again?
They cast the spell without a
Without
bound.
Yep, so got that and securing this objective here. So that's another 3 points for Tzeentch, bringing them up to 12 as we get into Gloomspite turn 4. Alright, so turn 4 for Gloomspite, we're going to go for Intimidate the Invaders, so making sure we have more than half of our force in enemy territory versus friendly territory. And then we're going to, for heroic action, we're going to go for Finest Hour on my Trug boss in the center there.
Okay. Wanted to rally my Screamers, but I realized I can't. So we'll get a command point on my General. That's it.
And then we're going to do regen for the Trog boss. He's D6, so he's back to full health. And the 1 wound on the Fellwater will heal for their D3 heal. And then let's see what Trug gets for his effect. He's got the 6, so we'll give him the ward just in case. That casting can get a little crazy because he doesn't have the magical resistance. And then with that, that's going to be it for the hero phase. Because yeah, we don't need Primal because we weren't doing any casting. And with that, we'll get into Gloomspite, turn 4, movement phase. Alright, end of the movement, we're bringing Trug over. He's hoping to make a longer charge again into the Magister. Fellwater is moving up, going to charge in hopefully the Screamer so we can get some extra movement and get these guys able to be garrisoned for turn 5, so they got to be close enough. Just advancing over with the big unit. They're not going to have any targets, but keeping enough bodies so that this objective can't be easily scooped. And then the two bosses and the single rocket moving up, ready to help deal with the brimstones. The last unit that can kind of go into the garrison, so to help stop Jesse from getting that 2 points. So with that, we're going to throw our 1 rock on a. There's more than 5, so on a 3+, it does 1 mortal to the brimstones.
Okay.
And that is going to be it for shooting, because I don't want to vomit and kill this guy accidentally, because I want to see what we can get out of the charge for those guys. But we'll go with the center Trog boss first for 4, so he'll get in there. And then we'll go with my general Trog boss. He's going 9, so he's also going to get in there. Just plonk alongside him. And then I don't think there's going to be enough room for the rocket, but I don't think the 2 bosses should need the help, hopefully. Can TRUGG make another 9-inch charge? He does not. Don't know if I want to use... yeah, I actually will use the reroll here and hope TRUGG can do it. He gets there with an 8, which is not going to be enough. And then the Fellwaters, hopefully we don't derp it. They're going to go 10, which is going to be lots to get them wrapped around and closer to the tower here. So we'll move those guys real quick. All right, so here's where the Fellwaters ended up. We tried our best with all the movement to get wholly within 6 of the tower, but we couldn't get with enough movement. Just one of them was just slightly out of range, so we weren't able to do it. So decided to make sure that we would just make sure that Screamer dies so we can help with our grand strat here. And we're going to go with the Fellwaters first, but before that, my Trog boss general is considered a monster, so he is going to stomp some brimstones. Which hits and does 3 mortal wounds.
Okay. 3 brims.
And then we are going to punch the Screamer. And we are away from characters, so again, no commands for these guys, so hitting on 3s. Really good. And wounding on 3s. For 6 saves, -1.
Oof. Alright. 6s. Nothing.
Very dead Screamer. Protecting the shrine one last time. And then time for the brims to pile in and punch at the Trog bosses. Alright, so all the brimstones are going to go into my non-general Trog boss here. See if I can scratch them up.
Looking for 4s. 4s. 2.
4s. He's okay. Alright, then we will do the Trog boss with the finest hour. We'll give him destruction as well command, so he gets the all-out attack, which gives +1 to hit and an extra attack. So see if he can just finish these guys off. So hitting on 2s. Are they -1 to hit?
Yep.
Doesn't matter. And wounding on 2s.
Does matter.
Does matter. So 3 at Ren 2.
Straight through.
These are D6 pop for 14 damage. Smashing through those brims. All right. So with that, that's going to be it for combat. For scoring, we are on the objective here at least with TRUGG, so we will take back this objective here. Only the far objective here for 2 points, and then we have the 4 units versus in enemy territory versus 2 on our own, so we will get our battle tactic for another 4 points for Gloomspite, bringing it to 15 to 11 in favor of Gloomspite as we go in for turn 5. 5-1. I think we are going to let Tzeentch take the turn, because then we are possibly able to react if Jesse wants to take a run at the blocking the shrine or trying to take this objective with double monster secure. So yeah, we will let Tzeentch go first in turn 5. So we'll get Tzeentch turn 5 hero phase. Okay, so turn 5 for Gloomspite. Battle tactic is just going to be surround or destroy. Because just looking at the score being 15 to 11, if we can get just as much as 3 points this turn, Jesse won't have enough points to come back on his turn, even if he gets max score that he's possible to achieve. So we'll really just make sure we get that battle tactic and a couple of these objectives, and we can lock down this win here for Gloomspite. So with that, for heroic action, we'll put a CP on TRUGG. Doesn't get it.
Just do a Fire Star on the Magister.
Yep, keep him alive. See what effect TRUGG gets. We'll take 2, not the 1, so he's getting +1 attack. And then we don't have any regen for anybody. So we'll get right into, I guess make Primal Dice for Jesse. Makes 1.
Okay.
Then you make
Yep, 2.
there's 2 in the pool. And then we'll get right into Gloomspite, turn 5, movement phase. Alright, and then at the end of the movement phase, we have absolutely secured our battle tactic for Surround and Destroy with the Fell Waters, with TRUGG, and then the single rock gut on the far side, so that gets our battle tactic. And then we have now still securing both of the objectives, advancing over both my TRUGG bosses to just toe on the objective here, making sure we didn't allow a redeploy from Jesse's Magister here, so he'd be able to get into the garrison over here, possibly on Jesse's next turn. But that'll be 4 points for Gloomspite, which brings us up to 19. And then even if Jesse can get max score, which would be 4 objective score, neither of us are getting the 2 points for having our towers garrisoned, and our 2 points are negated essentially because we're both going to get the 2 points for, again, making sure that the other guy's garrison is not filled as well. So with being 19 to 11, the best points Jesse can get is 7. But we think even things have to kind of go his way, and it's looking more like he'd possibly get like 6 points. He'd have to charge the 2 big birds in here to get on this objective, to get 1 objective point, and get his battle tactic for 3. Jesse's definitely going to get his grand strategy for another 3 points, and then if he moves his Magister just to within 12 of the Loon Shrine, he would deny my grand strat, but that would still leave us with a score of 19 to 17. So it's going to be a win for Gloomspite and the Troggoths today, just barely. It was a super close battle. Lots of high lows, some big hits from the dank holds, but then Jesse with the jaws getting some big rolls, dealing out a lot of mortal wounds. Took a little while, and then we got some magic resistance saves finally, so definitely works out. Really awesome rule. I really wish TRUGG had it, because he is the big Troggoth himself. I think he should have it. But maybe not. Maybe they think him getting access to the 5-up ward helps balance the mortal wounds he might get inflicted with. But yeah, it's really nice on the TRUGG boss that I run an award save on both of them via relics, but then they also have the magic resistance, so even if it fails, they had a bit extra durability in case that happened. But really cool getting to try out the Troggoths finally. Painted these guys up a little while ago and been wanting to get them on the table to play with them and try out the big TRUGG. Didn't really get to see a big showing from TRUGG. The Tzeentch might be a little too fast for the Troggoths. We might have to add in a little support caster, like Jesse and I were talking in between turns there. Just something to maybe help teleport them around and just get a little more mobility out of the guys. Or have a lot of fun and bring Kragnos just for some 3d6 charge on some of these guys and make some big charges. But a lot of fun. First time too even really playing this tower. I guess we both kind of thought we could move into the terrain towards the end of the game, but we realized that you have to keep something kind of close by. It might have been better even to just maybe garrison something from the start.
Seems like that's what the intention is, because especially with the rules, like if your stuff's garrison and there's not, it's an extra 2 points. So it's
so you definitely get the emphasis there to play for those extra points there, but it kind of worked out, at least thankfully, that we both kind of forgot about that one part and then made sure to beat each other. Anything that was kind of making a beeline for the tower towards the end, we were kind of stopping from getting close enough to be able to garrison.
It'd be kind of cool if they maybe changed the mission to be like you get a point for every turn that a model's garrisoned in it or something. A little bit more incentive to have someone start in it. Something like that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then like continually, like let's say like I garrison mine, you don't garrison yours, I'm getting an additional like 4 points a turn almost, right?
No,
something cool like that would be kind of cool, but yeah.
But yeah, hope you guys really liked today's battle report. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you guys can stay up to date on all things Gaming Grots. Be sure to, again, follow and become Ultimate Subscriber and join us, and then become a member and get those just a 1 day early access to our videos and enjoy them that much earlier. If you guys are ever in London, be sure to check out Game Night Leagues and have an awesome time there. They're a great gaming space. And if you guys are looking for any used models, be sure to check out Thunder Games and Gifts. Those guys will take care of all your used model hobby needs. But until next time, guys,
Have a good one.